After traveling for days, we had reached our destination, Hellas. Yrsa said, "Follow me, I have to find Herky, my brother, and I think I know where he is." I followed behind her while I was thinking, "Herky? Your brother's name is almost the same as mine?" We reached the bar and Yrsa halted and took a breath before entering. She went to the bar and asked something I didn't understand. Only the word Herky I heard. I looked around. The people here didn't look nice. One standing with a knife and a woman at the stairs with a club. "Herka," Yrsa said loud, and I fast walked to her. She turned to me and said, "Stay here while I get my brother." She pointed at some chairs and a table behind me. I went and sat at the nearest chair, not feeling good at all about this place. Yrsa walked up the ramp and said a few words to the woman standing there. Yrsa sounded angry, and the woman looked away. A few minutes passed before a man without a shirt and with a big tattoo on his chest ran down the ramp and out the door. Shortly after, Yrsa came back down and came to the table. She said, "Come with me, you need rest. We leave at first light tomorrow." She showed me to a small stone hut and said, "Get some rest, I'll get you in the morning." I walked in, looked around. Nothing but a bed and a blanket. I turned around, but Yrsa was already gone. I slept like a kitten that night. I didn't wake before she was standing in the room again. "Get dressed, armor up, and meet us at the Hellas sign in 10. Then she turned and ran out the room. I quickly put on my clothes, armor, helmet, and grabbed my shield. When I walked to the sign, I started thinking about what lay ahead. Was we gonna fight the gnolls? I chilled at the thought, but then thought about my father and my mother. No matter what, I had to try. I passed some townfolks on the way and noticed their strange looks, like they hadn't seen a human before. I could see both Yrsa and Herky standing at the sign, both in full armor, but I noticed Herka didn't carry a shield. Herka looked at me and said something to Yrsa in barbarian. Without looking, she quickly replied, "He got me this far, didn't he?" Herky then said in common tongues, "I packed your horse with the supplies we need. Let's go, we have no time to waste." And soon we were on our way. After traveling about an hour, Yrsa told me that they had heard rumors about gnolls at the old mine of Blackburrow. I knew Blackburrow. It was an old mine tunnel that had led from Greeners Hills to Everfrost Peaks, but it had collapsed many years ago and had been abandoned ever since. Herky was walking in the back and didn't say a word. He just walked like he was on a Sunday walk in the park. The weather wasn't too bad, and we had walked about 6 hours when I spotted a goblin. I pushed Yrsa and myself behind a snow dune and whispered, "There's a goblin up ahead." Before I could react, Herky came charging by us. He ran straight toward the goblin and hit it to the ground with a single swing of his claw hammer. I was like paralyzed when Yrsa said, "Nice spotted, let's go," and we walked toward Herky that was looking at us. "Did you trip back there?" Herky asked, but before I could say anything, he said, "Maybe draw your sword next time." I turned to Yrsa. She was standing with her club and seemed completely calm, and said, "Snow can be slippery." From here on, Herky stayed right behind us. To me it all looked the same: ice, hills, and mountains. I wondered how they even knew what way we had to go. While walking, I was thinking about my brother and how we used to practice word fighting before he had left. I hadn't held a sword since, what was it, around 5 years ago, when he went to Highhole Keep to live with my uncle. Suddenly Herky whispered, "Stay here, I'll be back in a few minutes." It wasn't long before Herky was gone in the snow, and we just stood waiting. Yrsa said, "Don't mind my brother, he's a good guy, when you get to know him." We stood there for about 20 minutes when we could see Herky coming running through the snow. He looked at Yrsa and said, "Stay here with the horse. Herky, come with me, I found the entrance." I was about to say something, but he continued, "There are gnolls guarding the entrance, so let's see what they are guarding." Before I knew it, we had snoken up to the entrance of the old mine. Herky whispered, "You distract the guards. Don't let them sound the alarm. I'll sneak in and see what's inside." I was thinking, distract the guards? They'll kill me and sound the alarm if they see me. "What are you waiting for?" Herky whispered. I stood another minute, I think, then I slowly started walking toward the gnolls. I walked straight toward them. singing plan, plan. Okay, pretend to be drunk, pretend to be drunk. They just looked at me like a big question mark. And before they reacted, I had somehow managed to kill them both. I immediately turned around to look for Herge, as in, that's the plan. He came running towards me. Good job, he said. Now guard the entrance while I go inside and have a look around. While standing at the entrance, I was thinking about what had just happened. Maybe the training with my brother hadn't been in vain. Somehow I just moved the sword without thinking. Then it hit me. What about Yrsa? This was the second time I left her all alone in the middle of nowhere. I must have been standing there thinking for a while when I heard Herge come up behind me. Herge said, "My mother have been here, but they are taken elsewhere." Before I could say anything, he said, "I'll get Yrsa. She'll go to Queen's with you. I'll meet you in Queen's in a few days. I need to go back to Hallas before we can go where they are taken." And off he went, me just standing there without saying a word. It didn't take him long to get Yrsa, and he told us how to get through the mine and out in Queen's Hills. "Wait for me in Queen's. I'll be there in a few days. There's something I have to do before we can follow the gnolls." Yrsa looked at Herge, and they said goodbye. We started walking down the mines and couldn't help noticing the corpses on the way. Yrsa looked a little sad, and I said, "It's gonna be okay. I'm sure we'll find them both safe." She looked up and gave a little smile and said, "You're a good man, Herge. Pure is your heart." When we came in further, I noticed bite marks on the corpses, like a wild beast had killed these gnolls. Corpses lay spread all over the place. What wild beast could have done this? The corpses was mutilated, arms and legs torn right off. As soon as we got out from the mine, I knew where we were, and we started to walk toward Queen's. I was still thinking about what I've seen in the mine, but Yrsa didn't say anything, and I'm sure she had seen it too. I started thinking about my mother. What should I tell her? I had promised to bring back my father. But as we walked through the gate to Queen's, I had a good feeling that it was all gonna be okay.